Good morning and good afternoon, and welcome to part two of our BizKids video series. Today we're going to be looking at School of Rock, and School of Rock is part of their Money Can Grow on Trees video series, all right? Very similar to what the Etsy Girl video from our video one came from, all right? Money Can Grow on Trees. In fact, there's about 4 or 5 different videos associated with that. Now, the cool thing here is that we're going to be looking at something that's a little bit different than what the Etsy Girl offered, okay? And let's look at a couple of our questions to consider here, and I want you to be thinking about these as you're watching the video. 1, how important is talent or skill in regards to running a business or offering a service? That's interesting. Let's think about that for a second, right? If someone, say, is a musician, okay, as we're fixing to see here, story after my own heart here, right? Then there might be more talent and skill involved here, right? However, if someone is offering the service of mowing grass, okay, is that a talent or is it a skill? Okay. That's something to think about. Now, if you're thinking, well, Mr. C, it's more of a skill than a talent, you're probably right, because there's definitely ways to mow the grass properly, right? And, with consideration of things. But there's also attention to detail, which is a skill, right? And there's also being safety-minded and safety-conscious and so on and so forth, right? So, yeah, there is a difference there, okay? But what about being a hairdresser, okay? Well, if somebody's fixing the hair, okay, maybe there's a little bit more talent and art involved with that than, say, there is with mowing the yard, okay? Okay, something to consider. Both and all of which we've talked about thus far is a service, okay? What's the difference between offering a product and offering a service? That's interesting. Next question. Do you think it took a lot of effort for Brandon to get where he is, or did it come easy? Well, one of the things that should come to mind, especially here at LCMS, is Mr. Cooper's regular statement, right? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, right? So yeah, okay, you got to make sure that you are both talented and skilled when offering certain services, okay? What kind of service does Brandon get paid for? That's an easy one, all right? And then pay attention toward the end of the video. Brandon states something very, very important in regards to pursuing what you enjoy doing, all right? So I'm going to take a quick timeout here. I'm going to let the video play, okay? And then the video is going to end, okay? This will be it, all right? But I want you to answer the questions for the activity number 2 on Google Classroom. And hopefully those should come pretty easy after watching this video.
I'm Brandon Niederauer. I'm 14 years old, and I play the guitar. When I was 8, I was inspired by the movie School of Rock, and I asked my dad, can I get a guitar? And he said, sure, and he bought me one, and I've had it ever since. You could do anything you want with it. You could play any style of music. I mean, it's my best friend, and it has been ever since I started. The first time that I ever made money was when I was about 10 years old. This guy had a guitar in his hand, and I was like, can I play it? And he said, sure. And there were people around, and I was playing it, and one guy came over, and he gave me $1 or $2, as a tip. I mean, I still have that little dollar in a bag. It represents all that's happened in these last 4 years. It's been a crazy ride. When I auditioned for School of Rock, I didn't know that I would actually be getting paid for it. It's never worked, so I'm happy to be there. Making a living from School of Rock is crazy. I get to rock out 8 shows a week for 3 hours each show. Basically, I used to start with small gigs at clubs with my friends, and then we would get called to go around the country playing gigs, and they would start paying us. People would call me to be a musician at large, which means that they would fly me out to play with different bands at a festival. Then I landed School of Rock by auditioning, and since that, I've been promoted a lot more, so more festivals want me and more clubs want me to play for them, and I mean, that's translating into even bigger gigs. I mean, that's basically how it all happened. who I've played with is people like Greg Allman or Warren Haynes, Lady Gaga. I've been on The Ellen Show, The Harry Connick Jr. Show. I've played with George Porter Jr., a band called Lettuce. I'm very happy and very fortunate that these people let me play with them. The fact that at 14 I can make money is just surreal. I mean, I never thought that a kid who was just dreaming of being a rock star could actually make this like a living. I never thought I had a chance. I believe that all of this has happened because I have a roaring passion for music. My advice for kids who want to make money in what they're doing is just work hard and make sure it's your passion, because I don't think you should be spending your childhood doing what you don't want to do. When you follow your passion, you work hard for it because you really want it, and eventually things will come.